I'm gonna watch Agent 000's old video. I don't know if y'all be on Agent though, but if y'all don't know about it, I'm gonna put you on now. So, all right, put it back.
Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. On the way to 200K. If y'all new and you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Hey man, second channel shit going on right now. Podcast is doing fantastic. I want to pump it up some more if you haven't checked it out. Yo, bro, everyone's saying, well, I don't usually like podcasts, but this podcast's a banger. Try it out, man. Link in the description. Me and Lo, we got a podcast we do 2 times a week. All right, this how I'm feeling today, because too many people online bugging out their minds for no goddamn reason. Yeah, I genuinely believe there's people in life, in general, but especially on the
Dude, Agent, how old is this video? This is 3 years ago, bro. He's lost a lot of weight.
internet that are just
And he still be devouring food like crazy, but he lost a lot of weight.
disagree with you, even if they agree with you, because they're bored and they want something to do and they think that disagreeing with you is a conflict that's worth their time. I could say something that makes a lot of sense, like, hey, until you figure out what direction you want to take your life, you probably shouldn't subscribe to a $100,000 loan at a university, because it's not worth it. Decide what you want to do, and if university is the best way to get there, then do that. Man, wow, how well put, Agent. You were the way you said
School
that.
ain't for
Man, I
everybody,
wish someone
bro.
told me that sooner. And here we got somebody on fucking Twitter talking about some, actually, not all of us are so privileged, our parents have to. I'm like, oh my God. You're not privileged. And so that's the reason why you had no choice but to subscribe to the $150,000 loan to get your film degree, buddy? Why are we acting like for a moment that we don't make decisions that direct where our lives go? God damn it. Some of these people online, man, how are you a victim 24/7? Yeah, not everyone's gonna be on the same fucking playing field, but you gotta be the victim 24/7 every single time as you are the victim? Holy, it must be exhausting to be around these people. That's why I don't keep them around me. Who I keep around me? Bro, if I make a mistake, but it was your fault really though, but I could have done something to solve it if I really knew, then it's on me too. Feel me? I take some responsibility. I've been trying to get better at that. And I keep people around me that do the same thing. Man, how you could be a victim all the time. You want to be the victim for one time you just want to take responsibility. One time, just
Bro, he is spitting hella facts right now, because I know some people out there that have no accountability for themselves. Like, whenever a problem comes up, they never take accountability for it. They always got an excuse as to why something didn't go their way. And it's crazy. Like, you don't really be trusting people that the first thing that comes to their mind or the first things that come out of their mouth whenever like something bad happens, it doesn't have to be something bad. It could be something even inconvenient. As soon as they say like, why me, or why is this always happening to me, or like, why is the world against me? Those aren't the people that you want to really be listening to, you know, or like being around, because they're just going to find an excuse and then just bring the mood down and just be like a depressing human being sometimes. And it's hard. Sometimes you try to like bring these people up too. That's what gets me the most. Whenever you're trying to like bring somebody up and then they just constantly try to find a way to pull themselves down. It doesn't have to be like, well, it's because of this or that and this. I'm just like, bro, just, man, you know what I'm trying to say.
take responsibility one time, see how it changes your life. You're driving,
And I should have not have paused. Sorry, y'all, because he just said exactly what I was saying.
get in an accident, how could it be the other person's fault all the time? I put a challenge out right now. Find any woman and ask them, have you ever been cheated on? The answer is probably gonna be yes. And then ask them, have you ever cheated on anybody? And they're gonna tell you no. How is it possible that everybody's been cheated on, but no one's doing the cheating? But that's besides the point. Yo, I went to university, I had a 4-year program, sport management major. Loved the program, had a great time, but I was $30,000 in debt. And that's not even as bad as some people out of state. And in the US, it's even worse here. Y'all be in 100,000, 150,000, crazy.
Facts.
3 years into the program, I said I'm out, you feel me? YouTube was blowing up for me and it made no sense for me to stay there. I'll be in a goddamn marketing class sitting like this, and I'm thinking to myself like, I should be the goddamn professor. Yo, I'm telling you this right now, bro. When you graduate with your marketing degree and you get into the world and you wanna work for this ad agency or whatever, this ad agency is gonna be pissed off if you pull out your fucking notebook and you're like, all right, how should I approach this and solve this situation? What did professor say about the 4 P's of marketing? God Damn it! You're never gonna need the 4 P's of marketing. Yo, most of the stuff they teach at school is outdated. The professors are really just doing what they can to sell you their textbook that they wrote so they can make money. And you're paying a high premium for that knowledge. And I don't know how to tell anybody this, all right? So just listen. Try your hardest to not be a victim for a fucking day. Learn how to take responsibility. Try listen to what I'm saying. The best information can be found online. I learned how to do most things in life online. How do I edit? Do VFX. I was learning how to 3D model online. YouTube. 3D animation when I was 14 years old. I was learning it online. I wanted to get into film. I loved cameras. How do I do it online? It was free, god damn it! So remind me again why you need to go to school for $150,000. Now, if you want to be a doctor, you need to get the proper accreditation. If you want to be an accountant, you want to be a CPA, you got to get the proper this, that.
Exactly. Like, school is going to be necessary for like the positions where you have to be in the medical field. You need to know medicine. You need to know what you're cutting when you're cutting into someone. You're having to repair their insides. Like, of course, you're not going to be on YouTube trying to figure out these kind of things. But there are videos for that. Not saying you're going to be a black market, surgeon or anything like that. But I'm sure it's there. I'm not trying to tell you to go and do it, but it's there. There are so many things that you could just look up on YouTube. So many DIYs. Literally, that is probably more than 90% of what YouTube is, aside from entertainment, is DIYs and how to do things. Like everyone always says, if you're trying to start a YouTube channel, if you're not like trying to be entertaining, then informative is the other way, really. Like, figure out a problem. If you have the solution for it, put the solution out there to that problem, and then a lot of viewers are going to go. Right now, I'm having that problem. I'm just trying to be, entertaining and then post about life.
Cool, go to school. You know what I'm saying? Get in debt, get out, get your job, make your money, get out of debt, period. But you mean to tell me you want to go to school for business? Oh my God! Go to school for business. I dare you to go to school for business, all right? And then work at a goddamn agency and hit me up. I will finesse the fuck out of you, and I never went to school for that. I get the greatest deal on planet Earth like Timothy Mozgov's fucking agent. That's because you don't know what you're doing. You've been in the goddamn textbooks. You don't know how this shit work in real life. I mean, you know how disappointed I was as a human being? Because I was really, really making money once I dropped out of uni. So I already had the money to pay back all the loans. I just dropped it one time, boom, get the loans out my face, right? You know how disappointing it was to see $30,000 leave my account? I've never felt pain quite like that, man. And it's one thing, like if I'm dropping money for a car, I gotta appreciate the car still has value. At one point, if I want to, I could still sell the car and get the value back. But for school, the value is what you've learned. It's in your head. You got to start asking yourself, like, can I learn this stuff online? Is it a better use of my time if I just look for experiences? What I did in university, y'all, real shit. I just volunteered.
And this is a 3-year-old video, which is still valid today. You don't need school for everything, which is crazy. YouTube University.
Everywhere. Man, I volunteered at wheelchair basketball games as a referee. I volunteered for a whole bunch of junior Canada basketball tournaments as a scorekeeper, as the guy who does shot clocks, which by the way, I told one of them stories in the podcast. Shot clock work is very, very hard. Very challenging stuff. I realized that because every parent in the goddamn vicinity was mad at me that night. Everywhere I went, the Pan Am Games were in Toronto. I volunteered on the parade team. I wanted to see what it was like to manage a fucking huge sporting event. And at no point during that did I think that me sitting in a class and learning what the 4 P's of marketing was somehow more valuable to my life than the experience I was getting by just trying new things in the world. Yo, I learned that I like videos and film at the age 13, right? What'd I do? Can I get a DSLR? No, I ain't had the money, okay? I literally went around doing film competitions, borrowing equipment from my high school. And I had to like beg the communications teacher, like, please, I need this camera. I wanna do this 48-hour film competition, please, please, please. And he was like, oh, okay. Make sure nothing happened to it though. And eventually I've got my money up, little $300, $400. I got myself.
I think the first camera I got whenever I started this YouTube channel, I think it was the Sony A5100. That camera, it was all right. It didn't have like, in-body stabilization or anything like that. So every time I walked with it, the camera was like juddering, just like in that last video I saw, if you saw it in the stream. But graduating from camera to camera and then learning each new feature that came with the camera is really hard. But I ended up getting the use of it, and I ended up dropping it. But picking it back up, I still graduated in cameras and still learned how to do a couple things here and there. I just wasn't editing videos or going on live like I am now. But he's spitting facts, bro. Like, if you want to learn something and you don't need to go to school for it, just try to get as close as you can to that topic. And I promise you, whenever you learn it, it's going to transfer over. You know, a lot of businesses now, it's all like network based and who you know. Like that, who was it? I think Terry Crews was somebody who said that too. He said like school, you know, don't quote me on it, but he was pretty much saying it's about who you know, which it is in fact true. Like, I've gotten a couple jobs that I would have not gotten before if it wasn't for who I knew. So,
a little beginner camera, and I just went and I took photos. I went outside, I took photos of things, and I learned, and then I came back home and I watched videos and I took more photos when I learned. What, yo, bro? Right now, where the shit at? For no reason other than the fact that I want to learn archery. Now, I'm not gonna pay nobody tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars. No one's getting money off me learning how to do archery, because the videos are online for free. Am I gonna be the greatest? No, I don't want to be. I just want to have fun and snipe folks, ladies and gentlemen. Yo, this is a turning point for my life. Let me show you. Hold on. Give me a moment. I was in my 3rd year of uni. I was debating whether or not I should even stay in school, gather more debt, and put YouTube on the side, because it was my side hustle. School was taking up a lot of my time. And just to even manage doing YouTube and also doing uni, what I would do is, instead of taking 5 courses each semester, I'd take 3 courses each semester and catch up in the summer. So I had school all year round, and I did YouTube all year round just so I could manage it. Man, one time I put up to the academic advisor, and I was like, hey, my first time seeing her, because I never need her to advise me on shit, you feel me? I just went on YouTube, they advised me. It's crazy how much YouTube has helped my life, now that I'm thinking about it. As a viewer, before even like creating content or whatever, just as a viewer. I went to her and I was like, hey, what would happen if I just left school for a year, for 2 years? I have this opportunity, what would happen? And she was like, you could just come back. What you mean to tell me that I could just put this shit on hold? Well, then what's holding me back? And before I left the office, she was like, oh, Dean, oh, no, I had something to give you. I've been trying to find you this whole time because I never went into her office before. And she gave me this right here, fellas. She gave me 2015 and 2016 Dean's List honors. I worked my ass off to get 3.6, 3.7 GPA. What I got in return was $1,000 scholarship every single year, 1,000. And this garbage piece of paper saying congratulations. I was working my ass off, putting YouTube on the side, getting more in debt because I wanted to get a 3rd piece of paper. I looked at this piece of paper right here. That day I decided I was done. Finished the semester and just got straight to doing YouTube, got my own crib and just went ham. You know, I called up Waleed, I was like, Waleed, I need help editing. And Waleed was like, I'm down. I'm like, oh shit, because I'd known Waleed since I was 0 years old, so Waleed would be the perfect person. And then I just got to obsessively just going hard, to the point where like I'm hard on myself. You mean I just want to go hard, like I just want to do more. Yeah. So then I look at my experiences and I get that, et cetera, et cetera. There's a whole bunch of people. Some people, you had no option. You have to, you know, your parents can kick you out the house. You have to do something. Yeah. Well, then do community college, my guy. Why are we signing up to these Division I colleges? They're charging you out the ass. Do a couple years, transfer your credits into the school you actually want, if that's what you want to do. But save some money in the process. Yo, if you're getting a degree for something like film or business, bro, I've never met a single person, all the orgs, all the businesses that I work with on a regular basis, that's ever said something to the, oh man, I think I'm gonna hire Jack because Jack has a goddamn business degree from Western University. Never heard of it. But you know what I have heard? Oh, Jack? Oh, he worked at this small editing company where they worked on videos for content creators on a regular basis. This is what his portfolio looks like because he has work experience. Jack can get the fucking job, man. Exactly, it's crazy because when I was in school, they would have guest people from the industry come in all the time, and the guest people, every guest person would say,
got no experience.
Get experience.
Exactly.
So I'm sitting here thinking, like, why am I paying this much to be here if all the experts are telling me the thing that they care about isn't even what the fuck I'm doing here? It's the experience. I get real heated about this stuff because for me, this is just like, and I understand when people disagree, you're cool to disagree, But let's use logic for just a moment, right? Man, damn it, it's because most people aren't told this. You have to learn I learned the hard way. Everyone just told me I'm supposed to go to uni because that's what everyone else does. Go to the best uni you can. It doesn't matter how expensive. You'll deal with it later. When you're 30 and you're still paying off, you're dealing with it. But why? Why am I doing that? Now, I got lucky that the side hustle that I was doing worked out, you know, especially at a very convenient time for me because I wasn't even sure how long I was gonna keep doing it, man. It wasn't working. I was doing it for 5, 6, 7 years at that point. No progress. So the main point I'm trying to say, fellas, is I know that everyone is telling you that the best thing for your life is to spend an abundance of money going to school, and post-secondary school. I'm telling you right now, you have to first figure out what the fuck you want to do with your life. And you do that by just trying new things. If you're already in high school or you're younger than that, you have plenty of time. Just try things. Try film, try fashion, just try things in any way that you can. And then you're gonna figure out like, oh man, I really like this. It'd be cool if I did this shit for a living. The second you think that, try it. Just try what would it be like to do it for a living and make that your side hustle while you go to school, man. And if university is the way to get, if you want to be a neurosurgeon, you gonna have to go to uni, bro, for a whole, your whole 20s is gonna be spent in school.
Like 10 years.
That's what.
You ever wonder why like becoming a doctor is one of those things that's like 10 plus years? Is because you're gaining the experience after the 3 years that you get your bachelor's and all that other bullshit. You know what I mean? Like all that general AA and all that crap that you ended up doing like in school. Well, you spend the rest of the entire time learning medicine, how to cut people open, what you shouldn't be doing to people exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's not like whenever you go to film, you go to this college or whatever the school is, right? Unless it was generally like the school was made for film production and then arts and stuff like that, theater, right? Then nothing's gonna happen. You're gonna get your degree, you're gonna get out, and then you're gonna have to find some experience some other way. And imagine if you were going to, a university that had a program like that. You can have like a doctorates, whatever, in like, if that was possible, really, in, film, arts and stuff like that. And let's say you like, oh, I got a 10-year degree in film production and musical arts, whatever the hell, right? You're more than likely get hired because like, oh, this guy's got 7+ years experience after, getting his bachelor's and so, right? That's kind of like how I'm thinking, Being a doctor is one of those things. Let me know if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But definitely go down in the comment section and let me know what other job besides being a doctor requires like 10+ years of education and experience before you can start cutting people open. Because no one's going to be like, hey, I volunteer my body for you to cut open while I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you go into a university for a dental hygiene or a dental hygienist office and it's like, oh, they're cleaning my teeth and stuff like that. Or like, you clean somebody else's teeth. It's not like someone's going in there. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a brand new med student. Can I operate on your body? Like, yeah, you'll be shadowing a doctor, like if you're a nurse or something like that. But that's only what I'm talking about. You're going to school for 10 years for that, which you will get a job when you get out. All right, let me stop chatting.
What you want to do, and that's the best way to get there. Spend the money, man. You make it back. But yo, you're spending money on your art degree so that you can get your job working at goddamn Cineplex movie theaters for 2 years until you can get the real job that you wanted that isn't even paying well because everybody's applying and they know they could just drop the price. It's so crazy to me, and I do this too. Like, we could see the world make a mistake, and then we're up next. It's our turn at the fucking batting cage, right? And then you go ahead and make the same mistake. As humans, we just watch people make mistakes and then feel very comfortable repeating their errors. Think about how many times this happened in your life. It's crazy. We gotta be fucking stupid. Real shit. We have to be. Because there's no other reason why we can't just see a mistake from the first person to ever be $200,000 in debt at Harvard. We couldn't just see that and go, that's a bad decision right there. Let's try something else. The fact that we could continue to do, what did I say about us, man? We're not gonna make it too long, I don't think. We can't even see an error and correct course. When we stand no chance. That's it, really. Sometimes I just be hopping on these videos to be angry. Y'all new to the channel, man. Be sure to subscribe. We almost at 200K. Podcast is in the description.
Definitely go and like this video.
It's at like 58K right now. Let's try and get that to 60.
Leave a comment.
Catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.
I'm gonna like this. Leave a comment. And subscribe, you know, your boy subscribe right here. But all right, y'all. I think we gonna get out of here.